Avila, interpreter from English or from Spanish to English, when you heard the cornerman of Garcia say, you can still win this fight, you can get back in this fight, you can still do it. That's amazing that those words would ever be spoken tonight. That somebody in Garcia's camp would be saying, you can get back in this fight, you can still win this fight.
There's a straight right hand that lands. It's like he took his Sunday golf bag out just to mess around on a par 3 course. Remember, Browning
now that's
never passed 8 rounds in his career, and he's 40 years old. And here he is in the 9th round.
Now let's be fair here, because you know somebody's going to say something afterwards. Browning is 19-0 with 1 draw, but let's also be fair, we've been honest. It's been against very low-level opposition, and I think that it's shown.
And it was in the early 90s. Miami, Florida. We came here to see the much talked about Babyface Garcia. Round number 10 against 40-year-old Troy Browning.
And again, no
ice in the
disrespect meant at all. Some ice that's going to be cleared out.
Trunks.
And what that was a move by the corner, an old move to put ice down the trunks to try to revive Browning. I don't know why he would want to be revived. This has not been anything close to the kind of fight where you'd have to revive somebody with those kind of tactics. But as I was starting to say, no disrespect to Browning, 19-0. He came in here 40 years of age, in shape, ready to do the best he could do, but you'd have to be blind and not honest to see that Garcia has not put forth an effort, to not see that.
Let's look at Teddy Atlas' scorecard here. 87-85 Browning on top of Garcia.
Now we're in Florida, and we've seen, quite honestly, we've seen, not just in this state, in a lot of states that we visit and we travel to, unfortunately, across this country in this business, we see some shaky decisions, some decisions that sometimes you just scratch your head. But right now, nothing fancy, but Browning, for the most part, doing most of the fighting.
Good combination from Browning that landed. Didn't Garcia have good hand speed the last time we saw him?
Hand speed, and he used his hands. He let his hands actually
go. He was heavy-handed and fast, and combinations that were really tight and precise and with form and fluidity to them.
Again, Garcia is promoted by the promoter who's put on this show here locally tonight. We're not saying that that's going to come into play on the scorecards. What we are saying is get ready for the scorecards.
Troy Browning has a lot to be proud of tonight. The same can't be said in the other corner. But, you know, Browning needed this kind of situation to put himself in, and he got this situation, and he did what he had to do with the situation in front of him. So give credit to Troy Browning.
And give credit to the best fans in the world, to the most loyal fans in the world, to hopefully some of the fans that are still with us watching this tonight that can get maybe something now that can be a payoff. To find out, will Garcia be given a decision, or will Browning, the 40-year-old, get what it seems like he may have earned?
It goes the distance. Who would have ever thought that? Which way will it go on the scorecards? Did Troy Browning pull off the upset? Let's send it back to the studio to Robert Flores. Browning threw more, and they basically landed about the same amount. Garcia landed 33%, but really not much on anything Garcia threw. Teddy Atlas's scorecard. Teddy lined it up 96-95 for the upset by Troy Browning. Did he do it? We know Garcia didn't do much at all. Let's send it up to the ring to Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mahi Shrine Temple in Miami, Florida, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Judge Rocky Young scores about 95-95. He has it a draw. Judges Peter Trematera scores about 96-94. Judge Don Trombley scores about 97-93 for the winner by majority decision, Troy Browning.
And you know what? That should be applauded. I don't.
It should be, absolutely.
You know, and I'm sorry to say that a proper decision should be applauded, but in this business, you get to the point where you don't get enough proper decisions in these kind of scenarios.
That was one.
So when you get one that is, with a guy that earned it, you applaud it. So I applaud Browning, I applaud the decision, the judges, and I applaud Nate Campbell, who I think did a tremendous job in the studio.
So the father of 5, who's 40 years old and had an 8-year layoff after what he thought was a career-ending knee injury in 1998, upsets Babyface Garcia. This fight, in our analysis, went from, is he carrying him, to what in the world is wrong with him? Babyface Garcia, did he just throw his entire career off track? The third loss of his career, he had won 11 straight by knockout, and he was a huge, and I mean huge, favorite by every observer and expert going into this fight. Give credit to Troy Browning. Troy Browning wins the majority decision. He is now 20-0-1. Richard Gutierrez beat Luciano Perez earlier before our main event. We're so glad you were with us. We invite you to join us for